Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Week. Yes, it's yet another episode with the Alpha Lion Entrepreneurs. If you're new to this channel, you're welcome. Considering clicking on the subscribe button in order for you to get updates on every content being dished out here. And let me know the areas by which the content that you're receiving, the value you're receiving, how it's changing your life, how you are implementing, the impact is making in your life. So I remain my humble self, Eminent Augusta, and today we'll be talking about ideas. Yes, ideas. So I'm a very strong believer of ideas, but you need to know, just like Mark Zuckerberg will always say, that ideas are not fully formed, but your ability to keep executing on whatever comes to mind like a crazy person, it's the key. So I need you to know that ideas are wonderful, but execution of those ideas is the game. Now, we all got ideas, we have different kinds of ideas, but what we lack is the spirit to execute those ideas. That's what we lack. Now, let's take, for instance, let's look at Uber. Uber is a good idea, trust me. And all you need to do is to push a button and you get a ride. Guess what? A lot of people thought about the concept of Uber. But Travis Kalani will always tell you that a lot of people thought about it, but he was the first to act and execute on it. You see that? So now you need to know that ideas are wonderful, but your ability to execute on them is what makes you powerful. So you just have to go do the work. Go out there and do it. Don't just sit and keep conceiving ideas. Be an executioner of your ideas. So it's so easy to have the idea, but it's difficult for a lot of us to do what? To take action on it. Now, you need to have enough courage and confidence for you to take action on those ideas. You need guts to go out and do what? Try making that idea a reality. That's why I always tell people execution is the way of entrepreneurship. That's what differentiates and distincts powerful and successful entrepreneurs. The idea of reading a book is wonderful. The idea of going for a conference is wonderful. The idea of listening to an audio tape is wonderful. They are all fantastic, but what make mastery of this idea is execution. Execute on those ideas. Don't just sit down and have the ideas. No, be an executioner of the ideas. So no, if you don't have if you have the idea and there's no work done, then trust me, that idea is what? It's total useless. So be willing to take action on the ideas that you're learning. Be willing to roll up your sleeves, get your hand dirty, invest time, practice on those ideas, and do the work involved in making those ideas a reality. I think we've all observed a lot of people who love reading books. They all do things online. They like going for online training, attending lecture. They like learning. They are lover of knowledge. But guess what? Have you noticed nothing is changing in their life? And they say, well, since nothing is changing in their life, is because they don't know why it's not changing. Now, they don't know why. Some people tell you they don't know why their life is not changing. They don't know why their relationship is not changing. Well, it's because the idea that they've gotten, all the ideas they've gotten, they've not put it to work. So ideas don't work themselves. You need to do what? Execute them. You need to go out and execute on them. So if you have a great business idea, if you are out there and you're a great business builder, you need to look at other great performers, other great successful men. Find out what is it they do that you are not doing. A mentor will always tell me that the difference between a poor man and a rich man is that there's something the rich man knows and is doing, executing on, that the poor man does not know, or either knows but not executing. So you see, execution is the key here. Now, one thing that makes great business builders great is what? They are great. They have the guts, they have that grit to go out and do whatever it takes, even when they don't even know the outcome, even when they don't know the end result, but they already have the picture of what they want to achieve, even not knowing if, in fact, they don't know the end game, but they have that grit to take risks. One thing that makes them great is the hunger to practice, their willingness to sacrifice. That's what makes great business builders in the world. Yes, they have passion to do whatever it takes to make their dreams a reality. That's great. But what many of us don't know is that the root of passion is suffering. Yes, you've heard it in the Bible, passion of Christ, passion of the cross. The root of passion is what? Suffering. You have got to be willing to suffer for your vision. You have to be willing to reach to the top, no matter the circumstances. You have to be willing to be the best in the world. You have to be willing to suffer. That's what passion is. Suffer for the critical, because a lot of people will criticize you, a lot of people will ridicule you, a lot of people will laugh at you, a lot of people will criticize you. They'll laugh at your critics, as in a lot of people will be cynical about you, what you are doing and what you're saying, the action you're taking. They don't understand it, but always know that the dream that you have, God placed it in your head, not in their mind. So it's your duty to make it a reality. So go out there and become the best, the world-class best in whatever endeavors that you're pursuing to give yourself a better life. Yeah, so it's really about being in a state of execution. That's idea. Like I always tell people, knowledge is not power. Knowledge has never been power. It's total wrong. That philosophy is wrong. Knowledge is a potential power. When you apply on it, it becomes powerful in your hand. So execution will always beat knowledge every day, every time, every second. So don't question. The question you need to be asking yourself right now is, do you have the will to execute? Yes. Do you have the will to execute? Just like the Navy SEAL, they give them a mission plan. Now, all they need to do is to execute. The mission plan is there. They go out to execute. Now, execution is the key. The more difficult things you do, the more professional and brilliant you are in doing difficult things. That's what makes that's execution. So you get better in what you practice. You get better in what you practice. If you're here, you are always a complainer, a whiner, as a negative person, trust me, you're practicing negativity, and you become a professional in it. You get better in what you practice. When you're unleashing your lion heart, great business builder, they become professionals. They become great in what they practice. And guess what? They practice execution. They practice grit. They practice passion. They practice suffering. They practice receiving no's, rejection. They practice a whole lot of things, the difficult things that get them to where they are. And trust me, the ability to overcome one difficult thing give them the power to overcome a bigger one. It's now a profession to them. So they are always excited for the next adventure. So if you are here and you keep complaining, trust me, you're just busy practicing mediocrity. You get brilliant at what you practice every day, consciously or subconsciously. So the question is, what are you practicing every day? Are you practicing execution? Are you practicing grit? Are you practicing passion? Ready to suffer the critics, the radical, the rejection, the difficulties, the challenges life throws at you, the tests that you're supposed to undergo in order to get your testimony to become great. Now, when you are being faced with challenges, issues, which each and every one of us are faced with, trust me, time comes in our life when we hit a critical point whereby it seems like the challenges are becoming too much. We've added to the neck. Now, trust me, giving up is not the solution. When your challenges compound, then trust me, you don't need to give up. In fact, the opposite is the case. When you have a lot of challenges and they compound, you need to do the opposite. It means it's time for you to fight harder. It means it's time for you to go on a war path. Business is war, just like Ubon King will always say. Business is war. So get prepared and go into the war front. Go into the war front and fight the battle. And that starts with what? One fundamental law of combat, which is what? Leadership, priority, and what? Execution. Leadership prioritize and do what? They execute immediately without wasting time. So what causes the big problem in our society today? Why is it that a lot of people, once they have an idea, something holds them back from executing? When we did a research and we discovered that a lot of people, when you ask them, why are you not executing on your ideas? Why are you not living the kind of life? They give you an excuse: family. Now, it's very wrong for you to use your family members, your loved ones, as an excuse for you not to execute on an idea that can change your life, that can bring impact to the world, that can bring value to yourself and your community. Now, instead of using your family as an excuse, why don't you use them as a reason, as a motivation to achieve your dream? So this is what you need to do. Go call your family together, sit them down. Yes, sit them down and be blunt. Give them the simple plan, the reason, your why you are doing what you are doing, and the reason why you're doing it. Let them know that you are doing this to give them the best life can offer. You are doing this for this vision. Then let them know that it's just going to take a little time, and you need their support, because a price must be paid in order to get a great life. Now, if you are here and your excuse is your boss or your manager or whoever you are working under or you are working with, or maybe your colleagues, your leader, all you need to do is to sit them down, be blunt with them, sit down with them, tell them this is what you want, define yourself, and now let them know that you are ready to top up your game. If you're working with a team or an organization, let them know that you're ready to top up your game, that you are 100% committed to get started on execution of your idea. My mentor will always call me he always say I'm the most aggressive, voracious, ambitious lady that he has ever met before. And it's because they call me an executioner, Alpha Lion Mentor. Why? Because I'm an executioner. Once an idea comes to light, as in once I'm aware of an idea, I don't waste seconds, I act on it, because I know the distance between where I am and where I want to be is action. So speed of execution makes my dream a reality. So let me ask each and every one of us out there, what idea have you been procrastinating? Remember, procrastination is a killer of dreams. What ideas have you been procrastinating? Go to the chat box and let me know, and write down the action step. Don't just write down, execute on it and come back and let me know how you executed on those ideas. Those ideas that you've been procrastinating on, postponing, execute on them. Go to the chat box and let me know those ideas that you've been procrastinating on, and let me know if you've executed. Once you execute, come back and tell me I've executed, and trust me, you feel good and you're one step ahead towards actualizing your dream. Remember, anyone that moves vigorously, confidence, courageously towards the direction of their endeavors and their dream in order to live in a better life will get success in no distant time, as long as execution, massive action is taken. Execution of those ideas in order to create a massive result. So thank you guys. Let me know, go to the comment box and let me know the value that you received that touched you the most, and let me know how you implemented it and how it affected your life. Until we meet in our next episode, thank you very much. Have a great week ahead. I remain my humble self, Eminent Augusta, the Alpha Lion Mentor, or you can call me the Alpha Lion Entrepreneur. This is a tribe of the Alpha Lion Entrepreneurs. So thank you and have a blessed day. Subscribe.